theory as well.
What's going on, Singe? We are live.
Surviving. I survive.
What do we got?
I'm here.
Good. We got people here already. Supreme Diesel. Flat Earth Farms.
¿Cómo estás haciendo, mis amigos? ¿Cómo estás haciendo, mis amigos?
Can you see the Supreme Diesel? Can you see that?
Can
you see it? Can you smell it?
Rastafarians.
Can you smell it?
Yeah.
Unite.
She can smell it.
Disgusting.
Rastafarians unite.
God, it's great.
You sound right?
Flat Earth Farms. Every farm is flat. So anyway, we got Jess Palmer. We got Marshall Swain. Shout out to Sean Osborne. Shout out to Scott Level Realm. And Sue Finelli. That's who I can see.
Really? All this people here? Wow.
Yeah, we got a bunch of people here already.
Howdy, y'all. How y'all doing? Putting your record? Shit.
Hey, I'm just getting started here tonight. So how was your day, Singe?
Great, excellent. Everything went perfect.
Yeah. 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 I do that too, Singe. I do that too sometimes.
It always.
He's like, yeah, everything's fine. Everything's great. Dude.
Not for me, however, but I mean, somewhere it certainly went perfectly for someone.
Yeah, man.
This was a great day for someone. No, that was great. I mean,
it was swell.
I walked really far, and about 5 years ago, I couldn't have walked that far with my injury. So I walked about almost 4 miles. It was really far for me. Normally, I wouldn't even be able to walk around a block 2 or 3 years ago.
4 miles is far, dude.
Well, 2016. 2016, I was limping around with a walker, and then I started to build back up after that.
Yeah. 4 miles is a far walk. I walk like 2 miles, and that's
been 5 years, 6 years, about 5.5 years. Like, wow, came a long way. Now I'm all jumping around and doing crazy stuff. Where I was dragging, I was ready to die. Maybe I did die.
Yeah,
like all of us died at one. I mean, how would you know? That could be like how reincarnation works. You're like, okay, you're dead.
I know what you mean.
So,
like that.
Let's start you back at that point now, and hit play, and see if you learned something. Did you learn things? Yeah, I remember everything. Good. So, do you know what a bodhisattva is?
Why is it doing what?
A bodhisattva is someone.
Why is it doing
who
what?
Has leveled up and elevated to a point where they can go on to nirvana, heaven, right? But instead of choosing to go to heaven, they choose to stay here in a lower vibrational realm to teach people. And that's why they're so like, oh, because they're already leveled up and they don't even need to be here.
What do you think about the theory of like you ever heard of quantum immortality? You probably did, right, Singe?
No, I haven't heard that one.
Quantum immortality?
I picked these up today. Pine cones?
Mm-hmm.
They're beautiful. I mean, they're hard. Solid.
Yeah, what? You don't get pine cones out there a lot? There's pine cones everywhere.
Tons of them.
They're everywhere. I know what you mean, though.
There's very many different kinds of pine cones. Oh, you think there's only one kind of pine cone?
All right, what do you got? You want to go full screen on this? You want a full screen on this one? All right, let's do it. Pine cone demonstration.
Now, this is a rose pine cone.
Uh-huh. Wait, first of all, let me ask you a question. What got you into this pine cone thing, collecting pine cones? Is that what you do?
I don't collect them. I just found them. I like nature. I collect
how
rocks.
Do you know? How do you know the difference between the different ones? You looked it up yourself?
I looked it up. These cost $1 online.
Oh, wow.
If you want to buy one.
That looks like a rose, dude. I never seen one of those before.
Yeah, it cost $1 online. I was like, really? I got to go get some more of this tomorrow. I'm going to go get some more.
It's real?
And then these ones, I'm not certain what kind they are, but they're real hard. I mean, so solid that I could like make a weapon out of it. I mean, I was like, I really
You ever
like things that are solid.
you ever put like a
Isn't
piece
it
of paper
beautiful though?
around?
Oh, look, Fibonacci sequence. That's another thing I liked about it.
Yeah, the torus
Hold
field.
on, I think.
I can see it. Yeah, the Fibonacci
Fibonacci
sequence, the
sequence.
torus field, all that. It's
Oh,
amazing.
pine cone too, right? Maybe that's why those weirdos who are like in clubs and stuff like pine cones, pineal gland. Maybe because it has that. I just thought about that. Pretty, says LEB. Yeah, they're really cool to hold too. It has like a good feel. This one is so solid. It's like you can grip it. It's not going. This one's a little more fragile.
Yeah.
But these are like it's more of another town over. These are very close.
You
I'm
ever
gonna get a
seen
bunch of them because people are just stepping on them. They don't see the beauty in them.
you ever
And
see
I
the
was like,
you ever
wow, I
see
want
the
them all. I want to go collect them
you,
all.
you ever go camping, Singe? You ever go camping with a campfire and you wrap like a piece of paper around the pine cone, you throw it into the fire and they shoot up out of the fire? You ever seen that?
No. What is
Yeah,
it? Say it again.
there's a way to do it, dude. The Boy Scouts used to do it. They wrap like a piece of paper around the pine cone and they throw it into the fire, and some way it makes the pine cone like carry up, like shoot up, like go up.
Oh, it does sound familiar. Maybe that's because you just said it a second ago, though.
Yeah, I don't know. I seen it. I don't think I can do it
See, look,
myself.
I just get bark. It's just I like nature. Look at that.
I like nature too, but I don't want to. I don't want to live outside.
I stay outside until it gets cold. I can't come in, and I get up early and I go outside. I like.
Oh yeah, it's nice out where you
this
are
is
all the
more
time.
bark. This is like this piece is so solid that I have half of a tree and I'm making it into a shield. Shauna like this. This is a solid like a rock. I'm making a shield.
Yeah.
It's not
what do you mean you're
soft.
making
It's
a
like
shield?
oh damn it.
What do you mean you're making a shield?
Like
A shield out of a
a
rock?
shield.
Out of a rock?
No, out of bark as hard as a rock.
It looked like a rock for a minute.
It is hard as a rock.
That's
it's
cool.
Bark.
So you're gonna make a big one, like a big shield?
I have half of it came off of the side of a tree, so it's already in the shape. And I just gotta attach
It's
stuff
strong?
in the side. Yes.
That's
very
pretty cool.
It's amazing. I'm like, this is the most amazing thing. I love nature. I'm a nature child.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I love nature too.
I found these today.
Without nature, we wouldn't have Supreme Diesel.
They're so solid. I got 4 of them. So see what else I got in nature. Oh, this one's cool. It's rocks, whatever. What's that in there?
I don't know. What are those lines? What do you think they are? Do you think it's a melted
crystal?
brick?
Crystal? Yes, it's a melted brick.
The lines
from another time. I always think it's what tool was it? Because I used to believe in cavemen and stuff. So I used to think, what tool was this? But still, they did use rock tools. So. I don't know. I just pick up stuff, whatever is attractive.
Well,
and, okay, check this out. I'm homeless now right now. But when I was homeless in my car, I might even have this then. I was collecting rocks in my car. I'm homeless and I'm collecting rocks. I was like, it's so pretty. I can't leave it behind.
If I was homeless, the last thing I would want to see is a rock or a tree or anything from outside. I'd try to stay inside all the fucking time, dude.
Oh God!
I mean, if it's nice out, I'll lay in the grass. But
okay, so no, the only place you can go is with other homeless people who have bed bugs. I don't even like to say that. Just the word is gross. I don't even want to say it. So.
Yeah, that sucks.
Would you rather now sleep in the dirt outside or with them?
I don't know. Is there ticks outside?
That dirt? No. Well, it's cleaner.
Is it?
Dirt is cleaner than homeless people that are on drugs.
Yeah, it is, right? It's cleaner to sleep outside on the lawn somewhere or in the grass somewhere
It's
than it
clear
is to sleep
if
in one of those
you were
shelters
dirty.
with
Yeah,
all
if
the
you were
fucking
dirty
homeless
from head to
people.
toe, doesn't matter. You might stink and be dirty, but you
Yeah,
would be healthy.
but at the,
You
but at
would be
the,
healthy.
at the,
That's
at,
what matters.
but at the shelters they feed you and give you clothes.
You can still
But
go there and eat.
outside you can just panhandle and people give you like $20 bills all day. So
You can still go to places and eat.
I don't
Find
know.
those like if you're in the city, there's always a place to eat. The people that don't, if there's not, yeah. I wasn't the only one that didn't want to sleep in the places, and that's funny too. The one day I was like, I'm not going to sleep in there. No way. Come back next week, it was bagged.
Are you
With one of those bug
you're
bags.
talking about LA, right? LA? That's what you're talking about.
No, inland like Sacramento area, but not.
But there's still a lot of homeless
It's
there.
inland.
In
It's everywhere.
California. Dude,
California,
I've seen
it's
videos.
everywhere.
I've seen videos of
Every
California.
town. You can go to any
The
little
homeless
shit
problem
town. There's homeless.
sucks. Yeah. Boston's
No.
getting like that too, but
No, I
it's
know
just
people
not as
from.
big as California. You know, it doesn't fit the population. There's not as many people, so that's
And
crazy.
it's colder. They say they just migrate south. Yeah, you can't live there. You'll just die. So in Kenya, I met a guy from Kenya.
All right,
He
ready?
says,
Fast forward to
hold on.
Kenya. Ready? We
Yeah.
were just in California. We went to Boston. Zoom across the board, all the way to
Over there,
Kenya.
Kenya.
All right, what's going on?
You're not homeless unless you want to be. Your family will keep you in no matter what. The only homeless people are ones that want to be in there. He was tripping on the homeless here. He's like, it's not like that in Kenya. Only people that are really wasting on drugs, and even if you don't have a family, someone will take you in there. You won't be homeless if you don't want to be there in Kenya.
I was told that in I just lost my train of thought.
What's the chat? What's chat doing? Hey chat, how's it going? Chat? Are they making fun of me?
All right, you want to see who? You probably can't see who's in the chat. All right, I'll show you. This is who we got.
I feel like rocks, but they are bad.
Shout out to the chat. We got Sue Finelli, my favorite. Sue Finelli, she's my favorite. She is.
She's my favorite.
We got Marshall Swain.
Yeah, LB is my favorite. So you
we got Jess Palmer.
Sean Osborne's my favorite now.
We got LEB.
Wait, now Marshall Swain's my favorite.
We got Scott Level Realm, who was at space camp with us. He was at space camp with us. LEB.
This is from my bank. I took this from my bank. Did you recognize it? All the banks have these big ones in it, right? I took this from my bank. I was like, I want to take one. You can't own a rock.
So
how can you own a rock? What the hell are you talking about?
I got something I want to screen share. All right. So I've been researching. I've been doing all this Boston research, because I was told if you're gonna be Boston Ray, you gotta make a Boston channel. You gotta be all about Boston. You gotta be Boston everything. Boston. You gotta learn the history of Boston, right?
Look at that flex.
So
I'm listening.
Yeah, I've been doing my research on the history of Boston, right? Because I'm trying to figure out what's been going on, dude. Like what this, and I'm trying to prove that the whole thing is fake. So Boston was a very different place before the Great Fire. There was a Great Fire in Boston, November 11th, 1872.
Oh, gee.
The whole place was destroyed. That's 9/11 backwards, November 11th. So it was on 9/11 backwards. The whole place was destroyed, right? Great Fire, 1872. Then we got aerial photos from a hot air balloon from 1860, before the Great Fire, before the whole city was destroyed, Singe, right? So, all right, the population's small, but you can see from the air, from a hot air balloon, that there's buildings, like huge, like Tartarian buildings with conical roofs and spires and everything, all brick buildings. It takes about 200 men to build a brick building, right? So there wasn't enough people to
size. You're talking what size?
So
show us. Just show us.
Yeah, I'm gonna show you. So there's this channel. There's this channel that you guys might know about. His name's Jared Boosters. And since I've been doing my Boston research, it just popped up. It just popped up in my thing. So I'm gonna I want to share it because he did a really good job. I was watching this video, and it's so cool. So I'm gonna play it. We're gonna go over it. I'm gonna stop it. We're gonna talk. Yeah, you guys, it's about Boston. You guys are gonna like it. So I'm gonna try to share it one way, and then I'm gonna try to share it the other way. I'm not sure if which way is gonna work good tonight, but we'll see. All right. Desktop.
What's this one?
Tonight show. Let's see. I got it.
Oh,
I got it
wait,
ready.
why?
I think I got it ready. I might have it ready. I hope it shares the audio. Let me know if it's sharing when it comes up, if it's sharing the audio. Oh man. Here we go. All right, it should come up. I'm trying to share it through StreamYard. Let's see what happens. Let's see how this works.
Howdy y'all, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be looking at Old World, Boston, Massachusetts. But in particular, we're going to be focusing on two photographs of Boston that I think really tell the story of the Old World in many parts of the country. But with the focus being on Boston today, it's going to be really interesting. We're going to be
First of all, what do you see here? This is a picture of giants with a little shaking a little man's hand. Look, those are giants, and they're shaking a little man's hand. Unless that's a midget. But
Wow.
Anyway, right off the bat, this is Boston. Giants.
It's not a midget because, I mean, he's perfectly proportioned. Usually midgets don't have perfect proportions, although, you know what I mean, humans have perfectly proportioned, but his proportions do not fit a dwarf or a little person.
You don't think so?
I'm not saying it's not possible.
Possible. I don't know.
However, that baby is as big as him.
Mr.
What?
Little guy.
That baby is as big as that dude.
Elf.
I say he could be a little guy. Right. It could work both ways. Either way, I want to be his friend. He's totally cool. I like the way he's dressed.
Look at this one. We're getting
some
good.
Standing with solar high.
We're getting some comments in. Oh, I think it's having trouble. Hobbit. All right, let's play it.
looking at an 1860 aerial photograph of Boston, said to be the first aerial photograph taken in the Americas, and this was taken from a hot air balloon, again, in the year 1860. So it is kind of blurry, but you will get the idea once we look at the photograph. And this may be a photograph you have seen before, but we're going to dive into it a little bit deeper. And the second photograph we're going to focus on today in this video is going to be a photograph that was taken of Boston after the Great Fire. Yeah. And this will be a panoramic shot that will really...
So there's before the Great Fire and there's after the Great Fire. The Great Fire was in 1872. So there was a whole city before the Great Fire.
Show us all the extent of the damage, and it will also let us look deeper into the infrastructure that shaped Old World Boston. First things first, as I'm looking into this history of Boston, I came across this Boston Almanac that has been published since the 70s.
All right, so that's what all this is. All this art that you've been seeing is from a Boston Almanac that he found. All right, Jared Boosters, that's who this is. I put the link to his channel in the description.
1800s, and there's a lot of stuff that stands out here. First, in the one from 1768, which appears to be the first one that we have evidence of, or the first one that has photographic evidence published online, we see that giants are depicted right off the bat on the cover. And we also have this importance that is put on it being the leap year, as in some sort of extra time being added to the calendar. Now,
yeah, so he's saying back then in this almanac from like the 1500s with the elephant and the giants on it, they're talking about the leap year. Like it's an important thing. Like on every calendar, they explain the leap year. Like they're like 1 year until the leap year. Like they keep track of when the leap year is going to be. Like there's some importance to keeping track of the leap year. What do you think about that, Singe? You know anything about the leap year?
Well, I've always it's always confused me why they even had it. Okay.
Yeah.
From a logical standpoint of, let's say, making a game or something, you wouldn't do that because it makes a glitch. Or programming, it adds a glitch to the system. You would eliminate it and smooth it out. You wouldn't add a glitch. That's great. I never was able to articulate it that way. That's exactly how I've always felt. Why would you add a glitch? Why don't you just say that now it's this? Why don't you say this 1 year it has one more day? What the frig's your problem? It's time. It's an imaginary thing in your head. What are you tripping on?
It's a man-made.
I think it's a man-made. Yay!
I think time is a man-made construct to control us. You know, like it was made by man.
Indeed.
It's not no universal fucking heart. It's not. All right, I have to come on for this.
Ah, dude. Oh boy.
It's not. I gotta stop my camera for this.
We got it. Like
it's not no universal heartbeat of seconds that just beats throughout the galaxy and time. You know, it's just 1, 2. It goes on with. If we weren't here, there would be no fucking time. If man wasn't here, no fucking time, dude.
It's not a linear thing. It begins here and then ends here. Oh yes. Well, what this moment? This one matters.
All right, I'm gonna
that one right here, that moment over there, is imaginary, and the one coming over there is imaginary.
All right, you ready?
They're not real. Those moments. This moment.
I'm not going to say any more about it, but
it's weird. Huh?
Then we have
all right, let's move
subsequent issues.
Then you're worrying about something that's not real.
The next year and the year following that, and they also make reference to the leap year in their title, saying this is 1 year after the leap year, and then following that 2 years after the leap year. But every single title issue of this Boston Almanac will tell you how.
Let me stop it right there.
Close or
what
how
I was looking at, Singe. Remember we were talking about dragons, and we were just talking about this, Singe. Remember you were saying how all dragons might have been small, and look at the size of the dragon. And this is in Boston. Look, there's a dude hanging from the fucking tree over here on the right.
Sean says hi. Wait. Whoa, a dragon.
Yeah, and it's small. What were you just telling me? Repeat what we were just talking about.
I was saying a lot of these things we see, like statues, are like a weird thing with a human face, or Sphinx, whatever. But it's like not even the Sphinx. The ones that like not. We've seen some recently weird ones. Whatever. Odd creatures, right? That we've seen. And we don't have a name for them. Maybe they're dragons. Because I got a couple theories. Well, let's see up there. First of all, we have dragons today.
Yep.
The Komodo dragon, the bearded dragons.
Bearded dragon. I would
that?
Even an iguana. Okay. An iguana is almost like a dragon.
That's Komodo dragon. Okay, right. So they picked dragons. Why didn't they? They could have done that back then.
Yeah.
Also, they always depict a knight in armor fighting this huge, massive dragon.
I know. Why is it? You're right. Why is it always going to be a knight in armor?
Right. Well, yeah. Right. Because
I'm glad you're here, Tanya.
It's medieval. So that's impossible to win, but yet they always won, right? So maybe it was a dragon that was actually like maybe the size of a horse or a big dog or something like that.
Yeah.
So you would want to be in armor. You're not just going to walk up to it and fight it. You're going to put some armor on and get a spear and go kill it. And then you're going to come back and say, I killed the dragon. And then, yay. And then like, next year, they'll be like, it was 20 feet long. And then 3 years from now, it was 100 feet long. And
it breathed fire at me. And it was looking me right in the face and I got him. You know, it's like a fish story. It's like a fish story. Like I caught a 12-foot long shark in the pond today in fresh water. Like, really?
So maybe there were dragons, and they did look like kind of like that, but they weren't like that. And maybe there's ones that fly too, smaller ones that are like pests. You knock them out of the sky. I don't know. I just saw that.
if this thing could really blow fire at you,
Maybe
would
there's
you be
good
coming?
dragons too. Why does the dragon have to be bad too? Couldn't they be nice? Like
Look at this one. Look at this
Couldn't
one.
you
Is
have
this
a pet
person?
dragon? Oh,
Are these
yes.
people flying? Look at these people in the sky, dude. Are these
Wait,
people flying?
oh.
What is going on up
Are
there?
you pulling a Martin Leakey on me? You're like Martin Leakey over here. He comes up with weird pictures like this.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
This is what's his name?
Hey, I'm honored. Hey, if you can compare me to Martin, I'm honored, dude. Martin is cool.
We'll have to give the credit to this guy who we're watching too.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Who? Martin Leakey?
No, we're watching this video.
Oh, Jared Boosters.
Jared Boosters.
Yeah, he's on my
Boosters.
he's on my list of greats now.
His
after I see this video,
his name is an algorithm trigger.
But there's other people in the community that I've been subscribed to him for a long time, but I just never really, I don't know. I've subscribed to so many people.
That dragon took some people
but
out.
Now he's got my attention. Now he's got my attention with this shit.
People are hanging. The dragon almost looks like a man in a costume, but then it's not.
Yeah. Wait until you see.
It's almost like they're talking
aerial
to
photograph.
It looks like, oh, okay, they're after the dragon. Okay, I see. He's holding the Magna Carta. Oh, it's not a dragon.
Oh,
it's government. That's the government.
What?
He's holding the Magna Carta. That's the government.
What's the Magna Carta? What is it? Do you know? You sound like you do.
No, I don't know exactly what it is, but I know it's government.
It's government.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
It's something that
like Fed papers. Like you don't want to be served with the Magna Carta. You know what I mean? If you're sitting at your house and the feds come to your door,
more like
boom, 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 Magna Carta, you're fucked.
We're not just gonna guess. You're not allowed to guess.
Bad Fish Bear knows. Bad Fish Bear knows about the Magna Carta. What's up?
We're looking it up.
This is Mud Fossil University, is it? Oh, all right. I'm wrong.
It's a Royal Charter of Rights. So it is like what is America supposed to have? I don't even remember anymore because it doesn't matter. You know, the American bullshit that they break every day.
The Constitution?
Yeah.
What?
It's like a Constitution. It's like a Constitution Bill of Rights. Exactly. It's a Royal Charter of Rights, so it's royal. It's the English.
But what I want to know is this
But anyway, yeah, you don't want to be involved in anything Magna Carta.
Is this an angel in the sky? And is this a demon on the other side?
The dragon is the government. That is a Valkyrie. In my opinion, that's a Valkyrie, which is
a Valkyrie. What is a Valkyrie?
It is a female warrior goddess type thing. No. Valkyrie. It's the name of a movie too.
I'm gonna move it along.
Keep going. What Valkyrie is?
Far away you are from the lead.
Go ahead. Explain what it is.
Oh, exactly what it is. Okay, Norse mythology, and let's see if it flies. Selecting among so it could not be a Valkyrie because she's flying. You're right. Okay, she's flying. Could be an angel or a goddess that flies. You know, a mythological goddess that flies. Let's see.
Trinkets.
Is she jumping or being thrown? Is she jumping to be thrown, or is it a she? I can't really even see. It's a man, because see, he has on chainmail. It could be female. It could be female. You're right. The chest. Hard to tell.
So I wonder if
anyway, enough of that. Go on.
It'll look better if let me just check something. That looks better. All right. That's much better. Like all right, I'm gonna stop.
The dragon is a metaphor in this picture. So what else is a metaphor? The hanging
the
man.
guy
Sorry,
hanging,
metaphor.
the guy hanging from the tree. What's this? A dead dude right here with his back slouched over a rock or something? Or no, that's a pile. That's a face. So that's like a dead person on top of another dead person. A few dead people. And then we got a tree. I don't know what that says. I can't see it. But
But
there's
still,
something
the
on the tree.
dragons, you know, why the dragons? Is it like a boogeyman under the bed created by man throughout the years? Or was there actually a dragon? I think there really was dragons or is dragons. They know how to get out of this area just like UFOs though. So they're like, later, we're not gonna hang around you crazy people. We're going over here.
Look at the thing's wings, dude. I mean, it's just the drawing, but look, and they're like spraying them with something. Like up there, she has something in her hand that's squirting out like water on them, maybe gasoline. Is she like
oh wait, now you look at that.
Spraying
yeah,
like
you got a good eye.
She's gonna that's what's gonna happen. She's dousing them with gas or some type of accelerant, and the dragon's gonna breathe on them and light them on fire.
But it's going directly to their head.
The government's gonna burn them.
Each line is going directly to their head. Look, the lines that go directly to their head, each one.
Oh, and look, they have Roman numerals. This one says New York. This one says Rhode Island. This one says I don't know. These are the states: Virginia, Delaware. Are those the Confederate states?
That's just tricky. I could look at it for hours,
I don't know.
and I could try to decipher the words. If I had the book in my hand, I'd be like reading it.
Oh, chemtrails. Might be chemtrails. It could be chemtrails. I love this. We're
doing directly to their head.
We're doing
it
great.
It could also be psionic mind.
Poison of the mind. Yeah,
I like it. No. Wow, you go negative. I go positive.
No, I'm reading the chats. I'm reading the comments. This is what people are saying.
Yeah, okay. I was thinking positive. Like they were just communicating back and forth. But okay, I'm just like,
all right, let's move it along.
What is it called?
We spent enough on this one.
Which I found really interesting. We don't really have any indication of the leap year in our calendar now. You know, you don't tell someone the date and then make sure to indicate that it's a leap year or it's not a leap year when you tell that person the government date. However, in the 1700s, we have real importance being put on this idea of leap year, which I found interesting right off the bat. Then secondly, in the second edition
I gotta pause it again. So what the fuck do we got going on here? All right. What
so
are these
back
dudes
to leap year. Leap years are just did anybody have anything to say about that? They agree it's like adding a glitch into the programming. Why would you do that?
Sorry.
You can much easier, we can just even it out by doing this. So we're just going, and then while we're at it, let's remove 11 days. Okay, go ahead. So we have here is that the Earth globe? I can't tell. Is that a globe?
Hold on. Is that supposed to be a globe? I don't know.
There's a sailboat over
like
there.
It might be a dome.
That
looks like a W. But look over here. Yeah, there's like it looks like a rooftop. So maybe they're.
Is it the turtle back?
Oh yeah, it's a turtle back. You're right. It is. Watch.
They're in the water.
1769 edition of this. Right on the cover.
Yes, I'm an artist.
We have a man who was really important to the history of Boston by the name of John Wilkes. Now, if that name sounds familiar to you, it's because Abraham Lincoln was assassinated by.
Okay. So look, there was a guy in Boston in 1778 named John Wilkes, right? Not the same guy that assassinated Lincoln, John Wilkes Booth, a different John Wilkes, right? Also, listen, there was a guy named Gates and there was a guy named Washington. It's like they keep repeating the same fucking history over and over again. Watch this. It's the same fucking story. Watch.
John Wilkes Booth. It's just interesting how this history really seems to tie together. We also have this cover here that shows the glorious Washington, and the glorious Gates. Now, I'm not exactly sure who this Gates is, but it's supposed to be Washington on the left and this Mr.
Distinctive
Gates on the
nose.
right. And I just found that to
Okay. So we got
Like,
all right. So we got
nose.
Washington
Love it.
and we got Gates. We got Washington and Gates in like 1778. That's
And everything's
story
like Watergate and this gate and that
Yeah,
gate.
it's all fucking. Where do they get these words from? Gates, Washington.
Yeah. Oh,
Like,
and
where-
today I saw a sign that said you could save points so you can. You could save points so you can earn something else. I was like, aha! Look at save and earn keywords are pointing at. I just
Oh yeah.
walking around. I'm just like, oh my god! Should I just put blinders on like a horse and just look down on the ground? Don't look at the world anymore. So I want to see things. Everybody's masked.
This guy kind of looks like a Gates. All right, let's press play.
That one guy on the right looks meaner than the guy on the left.
really interesting again. Now, I know you guys love when I use the word interesting, and I know you can probably decipher.
So I believe that this is in New Hampshire. This is the old maid of the cliff. It's like a rock formation that looks like a face. It's really there. People, it's
I
a
saw it
tourist
right
attraction.
immediately. I saw it.
Yeah,
That's
people
cool.
go
Let's
there
look
to
at it
see
again.
it.
Let me look at.
It's close to Boston. It's not in Boston. It's in New
Wow! Look
Hampshire.
at the nose and the mouth and the forehead and the eyes. Awesome.
Yeah.
She was turned to stone for being a giant.
What I'm thinking there.
They didn't
There's
like
a lot
giants?
that is tied together here with current modern narratives and a lot
This thing
that
is like,
in history.
I'm pretty sure this thing is on one of the coins, like one of the quarters or something, one of the state quarters. But anyway, let's go on.
Seems to repeat itself.
Okay.
And that's all I'm really going to say about that. But we also have some examples here of what appear to be petrified faces in the rock. That also leaves us with a lot to question. And looking through this history, I also found this Sphinx that apparently was living at the Boston Zoo in
What?
the 1860s. And I'm not exactly sure what to think.
Boom, baby. You ready? There was a
What
Sphinx.
do you mean living?
I'm gonna let it play. There was a Sphinx
Does it have
living
pants
in the
on?
Boston Zoo. And there's records of this. I'm gonna go to the zoo and I'm gonna investigate this because I'm here in Boston. I just need to find out a little bit more about it. We're gonna look this up, but let's play it. A Sphinx. Records of a Sphinx in Boston.
About this at all. Now, obviously, today we will be told that this was some sort of elaborate hoax, but I could not really find any information about this Sphinx. Now, I'm not sure if this was some sort of animal and humanoid hybrid or if this was some sort of joke, but we have this in the actual records of Boston.
Okay.
Dogman.
This is Dogman, right? That's what I was just thinking. This was in the actual records of Boston.
Oh,
and
dragon.
Being a real animal at the
Look, it looks
zoo.
like a dragon too. Everything looks like a dragon to me now.
A Sphinx. This is, I don't know. I
I'm
don't see any
connecting
wings
dragons
on
to
it.
everything. Like a dragon's like an overall word, like the UFO, right? You see the UFO? Whatever. See the dragon? You know what I mean?
Dude, look at this thing.
Cool, huh?
Dude,
I like that.
What would you do if you were sitting? What would you do if you were sitting at a park bench and this thing walked up to you and was like, "Hey, how you doing? You got a bear?"
I would
Grab
be
a
like,
cigarette?
I don't smoke. You shouldn't smoke.
It looks like the camel. It looks
But then
like,
I'd be like,
the camel cigarette.
Can I ride you? Can I ride your back? Can I ride on you?
I know what you're saying. Yeah,
No, I would be in shock and be like, probably. Yeah, I guess you can tell by its approach, though, if it look threatening or not. You might be like, back up a little bit and go, what's going on here? I don't know. But yeah, you'd be shocked, and I think I'd get over it quickly because my curiosity gets over the shock really quickly. I'm like, wait, this is awesome. It's not like so boring. I thought world was boring. I want it to be real.
Yeah, man.
Well, I've seen some weird shit. How about a ghost tap me on the shoulder? I'm in a room, totally small, tiny room. No one was home. I'm playing a video game, and it was a really intense part. And I was like, I'm gonna, whatever it was. I was like, really intensely, I'm not gonna lose, right? I forget what it was. I'm kicking ass, right? Something tapped me on the shoulder. I dropped my controller and looked around. I was like, oh, no one was there, obviously, because I'm in the room alone. No one was home.
Yeah.
I dropped the controller and everything. I was like, what? And so it would take, I wouldn't have just dropped it if I had an itch on my shoulder.
All right, we're gonna move along.
Right?
Ready?
Because I was into the game so much. If something tapped me on the shoulder, and I
this was a real living creature that is just documented, just sitting in these records. So I thought I would make mention of that because I found that to be really interesting as well.
Wow, dude.
Not exactly sure how to explain that one away.
Yes, I
but
love that.
Before we look at the in-depth 1860 aerial photograph, I also wanted to show you a few more detailed images of Boston in the 1860s and the 1870s before the Great Fire. And while we look at these images of Boston, it's just
so this was
absolutely mind-bending to me.
So this was Boston before the Great Fire, dude. It looks like it looks like a completely different place, dude. I live here. It doesn't even that I could tell that might be the hill, but I don't know.
That looks like
that we can seemingly
Boston before the fire.
Pick any old world city around the world and almost like it was drawn out of a magazine. We can lay down an infrastructure, a layout to the city, and they all appear very similar. The same with Boston,
like modern,
where we have this massive city with all of this.
Right? It looks modern, right? But it's, dude, this is before.
It looks like the 1960s or something.
So there was a Great Fire
in 1870. Just like that. That's crazy.
This was before the fire. This is before the whole place burned down. This is what the city looked like. This was the old world Boston before it got
wow, that's cool because there's stuff. There's so much that they did. And just like one group of people lied to the other people, and then they believed them. After that, they weren't lying to us; they're just telling us what they believed. Our teachers told us what they were lied to about, and what they were lied to. It's like how far back from this like well, at least 500 years.
500 years, yeah, that's what I think. About 500 years, but I don't know. You never know. It could be going on for longer. All right, here we go.
Antiquitech, and we even have these almost mile-long bridges that enter into the city, and all of this is done before the year 1860. All of this is already here. All of these are photographs from before the Great Fire, and you'll just see these massive buildings that are built with masonry. This is not wood. There isn't a wood building in sight. Everything here is done with the highest architectural design.
So that's awesome, because I was wondering that myself. Like a lot of the buildings I look at, right? I'm wondering, like, are they built with stone, or do they just look like a stone facade? Today I was filming a building that had styrofoam inside the stone. It looks like a real stone, but it's styrofoam. The building. I have it. I'll show you guys eventually. Maybe, but I don't have it ready right now, but I should have it ready. But anyway, so they're saying, no, these are masonry buildings. These buildings were built with stone, bricks, fucking, you know what I mean? All the way up. No fucking bullshit, no wooden frames, no fucking around, you know?
Here is the Arlington Street Church in 1862. Absolutely beautiful.
Look at that Antiquitech up there on the roof. It's amazing how, like, I always think, like, all right, people are like, oh, it's just a weather vane, northwest, east, south. But what if it's doing something else? What if it's not northwest, east, south for the direction? What if it's like some type of magnetic northwest, like, magnetic north, like it's picking up some kind of, I don't know, electromagnetic, I don't know, power.
Here is the Boston and Maine Railroad.
So this looks like Faneuil Hall to me. There's 3 buildings at Faneuil Hall down in Boston at Quincy Market that look like this, but I don't think this is them. I think this doesn't look like that, but it's got the cobblestone streets, it looks like, so maybe. This might be Faneuil Hall, Quincy Market.
Road station. And again, we see a really intricate building here. I mean, look how far back that building stretches. And I don't know if you can see it, but
he said it's a railroad station, but to me it looks like Faneuil Hall. So it must have been a railroad station. And then, or maybe it just looks the same. Maybe there was a lot of buildings like this. They're long. You see how long the side of that building is? You could walk all the way through it. I went there and I filmed it. I'm pretty sure this is it. There's 3 of them. There's one, there's another one next to it, and then there's one further down. They all look the same. They all go parallel to each other. Maybe there was only one there.
On the left side, it continues nearly the whole way down this street. This is one entire masonry built building that sat in Boston before the Great Fire. What stands out to me the most is how nice Boston was before the Great Fire. Now, a lot of times when we look at old world photographs, the streets in these cities either appear kind of...
Yeah, look at this. So this is before the Great Fire. And look how nice this place looks. This is like 18 something. It looks really nice.
Empty, or they appear almost claustrophobic. Not the streets themselves, but the way that they are designed. Like the buildings.
Yeah, I noticed this myself. When I went, this is funny that he mentioned it, because I was like, when I was watching this earlier, I was thinking, you're right. He's right. Well, I noticed this myself too. When I go out and I film Boston, okay, the way they design the buildings, the streets are so narrow. The buildings are like really tall. You can't get a good view with a camera even sometimes, because it's all little small pathways, and it's almost done by design, and they put like bushes in front of things, and the trees block you out. You can't see shit. They do it on purpose so we don't look up and pay attention to the buildings, I think. But let's see what he says.
Are too close together, or the buildings themselves are almost like townhouse buildings, like they were old factories that were repurposed into multiple different buildings. But when we look at Boston, you can actually see that every single...
That is beautiful. So we got the rail. It says something rail on the sign there. I don't even know. Like, look, that looks like a car, but I guess it's being pulled by a horse in the front. Look at the tree. It's like red. Must be, so this must be, unless this is like a special type of tree, right? To me, that tree looks like it's fall. Looks like the leaves are turning colors. But I don't know. I might be crazy. So we also got yeah, this building is amazing. Look at that. That's it. That's technology. That's tech. You know what I mean? You can tell that's doing something. You see the thing on the top looks like a helicopter. All right, let's do it.
Single aspect of this appears to have been planned out. Like everything was a detail that was planned for. Nothing was added afterwards. Nothing was an afterthought. It almost appears like the whole city arose simultaneously because the design is so harmonious, and you don't really see any flaws in any of the features when you're looking through the old streets before the fire. You can see the old railway lines. You can see the streets while they're not really paved. At least I don't see pavement. You do have sidewalks that are paved, and you do have trees and you do have street lights, and you do have
All right, so
buildings.
this is Bunker Hill Monument. I've been there. That's crazy though. It doesn't look the same. It doesn't. Is it Bunker Hill Monument? It doesn't look the same. There was a little building to the right of it. Yeah, I guess it is. I guess it is. But everything, all the buildings around it look different. That's crazy from what I know. I live here. This is where I live. I live right next to this thing. I can look out my window. I can see that thing out my window.
Right that's still there.
That are separated from each other.
The
and they're not
there?
Yeah. The path's still there. It's at the top of a steep hill, and there's paths that
That's
go up
weird.
every side of the
details like that are there.
Hill.
But everything else.
The path. But there's this really old building next to it on the right that's not there, unless that's it in the back over here behind it. But I don't think so. And the building's really old. I took pictures of it. I'll get it up after maybe if I remember.
Touching one another, although they are very close. Each building has its own designated space, and I find that to be very interesting and telling to the story of how Boston was built. And again, this is all before the Great Fire. After the Great Fire, it's all really a mystery.
Yeah.
Also included.
So before the Great Fire, right? After the Great Fire is a mystery. What do you think about that, Singe? This is before the Great Fire. After the Great Fire is a mystery. What do you think about that statement? That's a bold statement. Do you want to weigh in?
Well, right now is after the Great Fire. So that means now is a mystery? Is that what you're saying?
I guess so, right? No, I don't know. We'll see what he means. I'll press play. Let's see what he means.
Some stereoscope photographs for you 3D fans out there who enjoy the 3D or
All right, what is this? What is this place? What do we got here? A pipe organ? Is that what that is? Yeah, that looks like a pipe organ, right? Is it? Or is that just a chair with someone sitting at church? Is that a church with like a steeple, like a father or something, or a priest, and then like a pipe organ behind him? What do you think? Anybody? Does anybody know what this is? You're muted, Singe. Let me see. Did I mute him? No, he muted himself. All right, let's move on.
Stereoscope images from the 1800s.
It looks like a pipe organ, right?
Yeah, but I can't see what's down. Let's see. It looks like there's a statue.
A statue or like a priest sitting in the chair, right? It might be a statue.
But there's maybe, but there's definitely statues in the other part. See that? The other two men?
To the left and the right. Yeah.
No, what I'm looking for is the keyboards.
That's what I'm saying. There's no piano.
It could be behind up there.
It would make sense
see the stairs.
Yeah. Or this could just be just to resonate frequencies, dude. This might not even be like a real pipe organ. This might be just going brrr, making some sort of frequency or some sort of noise, a certain vibration at a certain pitch, and it's helping. Like what they do is they'll have like the fountains. They have like the fountains come through these buildings with the water, and they electrify the water, right? Like electrocute it, and then they friggin' use these things and they make like different noises.
Temple Place.
They control it and they turn it into energy.
Number 6 Temple Place. So there's definitely.
Is that what
see those notches in the? Those notches are
number
definitely
6
for
dude.
Wind.
It's still
definitely
still
catch wind. So yeah, that is a organ. See those cuts in the pipes?
Yeah,
that's how a whistle works. It blows across the first part into the second part, and when it hits the second, the wind comes out of the first hole across the edge, and then when it hits that circular cut, that's when it makes a noise.
Sleestack Tech.
But I don't see the keys. That's weird. Maybe it folds out too.
Okay. Okay. So.
And it might just be like huge pumping, like
We have a few here from
bellows.
Boston
Type
that
of bellows.
are absolutely amazing as well. As we go inside of this temple, we can see that there is a great organ, and this organ appears to be much like Antiquitech, like a great machine from the old world. However, we are told all that this machine did was produce amazing, beautiful sound, which in itself could have been a factor of the old world that we really don't understand, just how much important sound played on everyday life, whether it was just timing people's lives, helping them to understand what time of the day it was, what they were to do next. But while we look through these photographs, we can see that there are many of these churches, these cathedrals, these areas that were producing sound, whether through organs or through bells or through harmonious chimes. And we have to wonder, at least I have to wonder, how much importance did these buildings play?
We have to wonder. He has to wonder. All right, so look at this thing, right? Let's wonder about this. This looks like the buildings at Harvard and Cambridge, dude. They still look like this. This is number 6 Temple Place. This is still the same building we're looking at. That's what it says. Dude, Temple Place looks nothing like this now. Temple Place is like a little side street in downtown Boston near Beacon Hill, near the Boston Common. Okay? It's this little side street with these huge tall buildings that you can't even, they're new. Actually, there is some old buildings there. I was looking at them. I'm going to go film Temple Place now. I'm going to go film the whole street myself. Fuck it.
Well,
play and what purpose did they?
I'll pause it. What were you going to say?
This is crazy. This is crazy.
What, that's the voice thing? That sounds like Arnold Schwarzenegger, right? Make it say, I'll be back.
Yes.
Make it say, I'll be back.
I'll be back.
Make it sound like the Silence of the Lambs.
If you could type fast enough, then you could I'll have a full conversation with someone on the phone. If you could type it fast enough.
Could. I understand what you're saying now. Yeah. You could pretend. But they're gonna know. They're gonna know it's a computer voice.
Right, but maybe they won't. People are stupid these days.
If you get a really old person, you'll be good.
Sorry, give me a. You could just say you're deaf. Type in "I'm deaf."
In the old world construction.
Or I cannot speak or whatever.
I'm just gonna press play for a minute.
This is my real voice. What are you talking about? Type that in.
Make it sound like Hannibal Lecter, and make it say, what's missing from the movie? The line that's missing from the movie, dude. What does he say? I forget, dude.
It puts the lotion.
No, there's a line. Hello, no, not hello, Clarice. Hello, Clarice. It's missing, right? Hello, Clarice.
Oh yeah, I don't know that movie that well, so I couldn't. That one didn't affect me.
Make it say, "Hello, Clarice." Make it say things that are missing from the movies, dude. Make it Darth Vader. Make it say.
We'll work on it.
Darth Vader, Luke, I am your father. All right, let's go.
Destruction and reclaiming of America.
This is gonna get good. Trust me. I watched it. He starts showing the aerial footage from a balloon, dude, from a hot air balloon of the whole city. The first. Here it is.
All right. So now we're gonna be looking at the 1860 aerial photograph of Boston. Again, this photograph was taken from a hot air balloon, so it is not going to be the clearest photograph. We're looking at 1860 photography technology. So we are told it took a
Okay. First of all, 1860 from the sky. When was the plane invented? Does anybody know? When, a hot air balloon? Really? You guys believe it? I don't know. They have really good picture for 1860 from the sky. All right, let's go.
couple moments for this photograph to actually go through the process of taking, meaning that there would be a little blur just from it being a hot air balloon and him being hundreds of feet in the air. However,
Well,
we do still have an out.
What do you think? What do you think, Singe? Look at
well,
the
Wright
building.
brothers plane 1903, December
All right.
17th, 1903 for Wright brothers plane.
So this
But
is
there
like
was hot air balloons, right? So let's see that.
there was. When was the hot air balloon built?
Yeah, I know the dirigibles. There was a whole world of it. Right, that we're getting into next one.
They had zeppelins. We know that, right? They had zeppelins around a certain time, at some point. Those are like hot air balloons, like the same type of thing.
Hot air balloon year 1783. Dude, they were just traveling around like weird. There was another world. This is so
First of
weird.
all, it looks like
1783. They're flying around.
it looks like a computer board. Okay, you see how it's like a circuit board? It's all.
Oh
straight
yeah,
line.
good call. Good call.
And all right, and
Neat.
think about what the population must have been in 1860 or whatever this is, right? Right? How did
Less,
it takes
supposedly.
200 men to build a brick building, right? These are all brick buildings, probably. Look, you can see there's rooftops, it's all
Well, walking
better
around my
buildings.
town today, I noticed that, like 1/4 of the buildings were brick buildings in my town today, and there was like some modern brick buildings too.
There's-
So yeah,
there's a
those are
whole
probably all
city.
brick buildings.
It's like a whole look at it.
Although
It's
there's
already
wood,
here.
but the wood's
let's
not
move-
gonna last.
Let's
Line
move up a
of
little bit.
Boston that is given to us in the year 1860. And what we see here is absolutely immense. It is an almost unimaginable photograph
Zoom in.
to actually understand
You
that
see how high it is?
every
It's
single really
Yeah, I was
And
thinking the
it-
same thing, right?
there is the fact that they might have been so stupid they didn't know that they shouldn't go that high.
Yeah, it's almost
But
like a
look at the clarity on the film. I just noticed that too. For being that high, it's pretty clear. Damn, it's just maybe. But see, I always got to give the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he went that high stupidly. Maybe he got the perfect shot.
it almost
Maybe.
it almost looks like a it almost looks like something we would show from like when Google Earth is like first zooming in and you don't really have a focus on it yet, but it's like
Because
you move it
if
in.
I'm in a little dude. If I'm in a little basket, I'm not gonna go even a quarter that high. Maybe
I know, right?
that high.
That's what I was
Like,
thinking too. If you're in
like
a little
maybe
basket,
20 feet over the trees, like 20 feet above
Dude.
the trees, you'd feel like you're way up there.
Dude,
You'd want to come.
if that balloon pops, you're fucked. Just to go up there and take a picture. You know what I mean?
The wind
might have been
catches
doing
you.
I mean, there is
Maybe
crazy
he's in-
people on YouTube that would do shit.
You might
like
have been
this,
an
you know what I
accident.
mean?
Like, what shit? I'm too high. Yeah, I've always been
They
a bit of
probably
doubt. However,
they probably
the
could have
picture
been
I
someone who did
see, like this is. See how high the balloon is? Like right over the building.
Yeah,
That's what I picture. You'd fly. Even that'd be
That's
like,
a
okay,
good
I'll go
one.
a little bit, maybe a little bit higher than that.
yeah,
I
you're right.
wouldn't want
You're
to
right.
go too high though.
That's a good-
It's not
That's a
that
good one.
high.
I would make it full screen if it wasn't going to screw up everything. But yeah, that's a
Yeah,
good
okay,
one.
I'll save it for later.
of this
Yeah,
photograph
yeah,
is depicting
We'll get it next
a
time.
building, which in
Dude,
save it.
itself is
Ready.
probably the size of a modern day factory. And we have hundreds, if not thousands of them being shown already constructed, fully built in Boston in the year 1860. This is not just one or 200 of these buildings. This is well over that number.
Yeah, look at that. Look how many fucking buildings there are. Can you see that? For
It's
a
like
small population,
Metropolis. It's a huge metropolis.
there was a ton of people. Either there was a ton of people, or
That's
what?
like LA.
They found it. It was deserted, and there was only a few people with all these buildings. That's probably maybe that's why they destroyed
It's like
it.
San
There's, like,
Francisco,
too many
LA, New
buildings.
York. It's just like, yeah, huge
They're like, we need
metropolis.
more space to like farm. They're like, there's too many buildings. Let's just destroy them.
Are looking at a continuous stream of masonry built homes throughout the entirety of this photograph, and it's really something that stands out to me amongst all of the images of the old world. Boston was one that I really have not covered yet because I wasn't sure exactly how to show you this photograph. Really, I'm going to leave it here for you to look through. And I'm going
So
to zoom in on the things here that stand out to me. And I don't want to
can't
say
really
too
zoom in
much
on
here
anything.
because I want to allow you to take this in. But just
Look at those big
imagine that
roads.
as we
See how deep they are?
zoom in here, every
I mean,
yeah,
the buildings are so
single
high around it.
building
I don't know.
It's
I
like a
mean,
maze.
some people think that that the lines
like a
like you see
labyrinth.
like the big, yeah, like what you're talking about, the big, it's almost like a computer board, right? If they 3D printed the whole fucking thing down all at once, right? Somehow they would be lines like that, like, like in the grid, like there's lines on the computer board.
Oh, well, I'll just remind you of that too, but it was just reminded me like they just. Okay, well, for instance, in between those lines is buildings, right? That's huge.
Yeah.
Like you could like in that one area, you could just live and never leave that one area because it's huge.
Yeah.
Because it's like
Right.
I don't know. I bet people do that too. That reminds me of like currently in any big city, there's people that have never
top
left that city.
Yeah.
They're weird. They've never left their little area, right?
Yeah.
Well, they don't have to.
you see here
There's no
is
need for them to. It's like
masonry
never
built,
had-
brick built, or stone
That's
built
weird for me.
building
I've
Notice how
moved so much.
this is
that
all
took an
masonry, right? He
architect.
keeps saying
Yeah.
It took a
masonry.
group of Freemasons.
See?
It took probably a couple
It took an architect. It took a group of Freemasons. That's what he just said.
hundred men to build, and there are hundreds, if not thousands, of them throughout this entire city. It's absolutely amazing. And we'll zoom in on a park in just a second here to show you just how large these buildings actually are, because the
even
park
larger than I
itself
thought.
is just a mere centimeter on this entire photograph. So as we can compare that with the rest of the buildings in this photograph, we get the idea of how large these buildings actually are. We are talking about buildings here that are probably at least 50 feet long, probably 100 feet long each, probably 100 by 100 feet. And there are
100 by 100 feet buildings.
So what's that
50
size?
feet long, 100 feet long. It's pretty big, dude. These are big.
Well, no, let's compare something that we know.
All right, let's think. How many feet is in a mile?
No, just say 100 feet is like a. So it's like, okay, so they're building, they're like blocks. A whole block was one building.
Basically, yeah. They're huge. There's a few of them left around. I've seen them. I know what they're talking about, but
I passed one today,
all the buildings.
which, by the way, was address number 300. It was huge, and it was modern day though. But I was like amazed that it was all the same
multiple
address.
Yeah, all the buildings, dude. All the buildings were huge. That's what he's trying to say.
them. I don't know
I'm
if
in
these
the
are
country. Yeah,
homes.
this is
I don't know if they are serving as townhomes, if they are serving as factories. But we also have Antiquitech looking buildings. And here, as we zoom in, there is the park area
I have
back
a dream
there.
like this
Okay.
too.
So we'll
look.
zoom out
Oh, stop.
Yeah, look at that
and
building.
you'll see.
Yeah, that
Look,
looks like
see,
that looks like the State House.
you might
That
never
looks like the
need to
State House with the
leave.
dome.
You might never need to walk outside if they're connected somehow.
Oh, you mean from underneath?
Or little
You can go
hallways and
underneath
shit.
and go
And
up to each one.
maybe you step out really quickly into the next one or whatever. Yeah, you might not need to ever
They all
go
had
outside.
underground tunnels. They all have underground tunnels. So maybe
Oh my god. It just
you go
reminds me
all
of
under
a
and up to the
video
next one.
game or a dream. Very surrealistic, like you're in it and you don't have to leave and you can just wander and wander and wander and wander. And
I
like
know.
camp
Imagine
in
that.
the hallway. You
Imagine
just
that
camp
if
in the hallway.
people just
Because
lived under the ground, dude.
it wouldn't
If
matter. You
that's
could
why
just
they have,
go down to
if
the
it like
next area and camp.
they,
And
they had
weird.
the pavement lights to shine light under there because they never came up and they just stayed under there for some reason, and they
It's
went
like
from place to place.
it's like
That'd be
a
nuts.
it's a great movie.
Yeah, like a movie. All right, let's play
It
it.
reminds me of a lot of movies I've seen.
We're getting through it. We're getting through it. We're
You
almost
don't
done.
ever
This
have to
isn't that-
leave.
Just
It's
how
like a
this isn't
mall.
that long.
many buildings there
One big
really
mall.
are and how large they are. Because
Wow, that's
compare
amazing.
that park to the size of the roofs of some of these buildings. And you get the idea of just
This is
how
Boston.
amazing
This is Boston.
Boston really was. And you have buildings like this, absolutely immense.
See, he said how amazing Boston really was. Like you'll get a glimpse of how amazing Boston was. Boston isn't even this good anymore. This was better. But Boston was better than it is now. That's what we're trying to say. Before the fire, before the Great Fire in 1872.
Antiquitech buildings. I'm not sure if that is a bridge. I'm not sure what exactly that is. But you can see it is topped by these massive spires. And it really leads from one spire to the next to this massive large building in front of the park. And then you have this park that is behind it. And the park itself appears like at one point it could have been a reservoir or something that was holding water. We have a lot of people on my channel that have discussed the old world properties of harnessing free electricity and how that would use water and these spires. And I'm not exactly sure how to explain that tech, but keep Antiquitech in mind as we look through this photograph as well. It's absolutely stunning to me, and I just can't imagine how this happened to Boston, how it went from this immense, massive, old world city that we see in 1860 to being complete.
Yeah, look at this, dude. Look at this. I mean, Boston kind of looks like this now, but look at the buildings. They're like, look at the way that these windows look right here. Just above the windows, just around the windows, the edges, the trim. I mean, it's just amazing. All right. Let's move up. It's gonna go up. The roof.
Completely
When do you see the roof?
obliterated in the year 1872 after the Great
Stop.
Fire.
This is Boston. Yeah. I can't believe it, dude. Before the Great Fire, you know, this is what it looked like before the Great
I
Fire.
wanted to see that. Okay.
It blurred out. I tried to pause it before. It wasn't me. It did it. I wanted to see it too.
No, you can't hear Boston.
And we're back.
So this is
Okay,
after the Great Fire.
so
This is the Great Fire.
I
Look.
tried to record this audio a couple times, and for some reason at this part of the video it keeps cutting out. So apparently they do not like us discussing these things, but we're looking at some stereoscope images after the Great Fire. And what you can see here is that the walls around these buildings, they really just toppled. Now, I'm not an engineer. I'm not an architect. I'm not a masonry guy. Don't really understand how you could, even from the get-go, build the structure.
Yeah, so look at this. This is, I guess this is before the fire, right? You can tell. And then this must be after the fire to the right, maybe. It looks like it's split. Let's see.
But I
really don't understand how
Maybe
a
not.
fire could cause the walls to topple and basically break into pieces, while
Oh, wait
one
up. I
wall
see what's going on here. So some of these buildings are destroyed. Look, this is all probably like destroyed buildings right here, and then these ones are still up in the back. That's weird.
remains
Yes,
intact,
it's just
fully
like Santa
Some of them
Rosa,
are wrecked, right?
Paradise, California, exact. There,
Like the fire, right? Like the California fire, right? Like a directed
exactly.
energy thing. Yeah.
Well, they say that. I'm more into saying it comes from the ground than it comes from the
Yeah.
sky, and that it's not directed, but
It's not a
that it's
directed energy.
attracted
Yeah.
to masses of metal, like
Uh-huh.
wrought iron.
Oh shit! The whole thing just started over on me, I think.
Okay, so what I've seen is
Where
the
were we?
cars that catch on fire.
1972,
They
I gotta let it
rust.
play because
Boston was
it
reshaped,
just started
and
over.
They literally
what we see
rust
I'm gonna let
today
it play.
is not
Yeah.
what stood
from the
stood
heat.
in
It's crazy.
1872 and before. What
There's
stood in
5 minutes left, I
1872
think.
and
Not
before
even.
But the
was
trees
an
will stand there next
absolute
to it, and not.
cluster of
Although the inside
basically
of the tree might be
factory
orange,
buildings
the
of
outside
red
leaves
brick
on
and
it.
stone
Crazy.
built buildings that
So
littered the
electrical tendrils will do
streets.
this.
And when I say littered, I
Fire does
mean that
not
in a
burn
good
that way.
way. We
Electricity does.
So you think it was some sort of like the
Plasma.
board the maybe the circuit board overheated, dude, and it
So when
melted.
you use a plasma gun to like cut metal, it's like it melts it. A regular fire would not, unless you set them. It's like not high enough heat. And also, when you see these things that are burnt, there'll be like straight lines.
Mhm.
Fire doesn't do that. There's also you'll see like little dots coming from the inside, poking out like electrical tendrils went in. You know what I mean? Pretty interesting.
I never seen it. I just see it in pictures and stuff. And I know the California ones. There was
I
like
seen it in person.
there was some buildings that were like completely destroyed and like melted. And then there was
In
like
their
trees. Then there was
footprint,
like
like
trees
that,
next
yeah.
to them that were fine.
Yes, a car will be melted because it's the mass of the metal attracting that electricity. The
Yeah.
bases of the buildings have wrought iron in them. See? Not there's no proof, obviously. These are the theories I'm going for right now. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. So
have
Because
beautiful, every single one
it's like
from
just
the
like
images that
CERN. They
I
want you to
found
think
was
CERN's making Mandela effect,
a
right? They
beautiful
want you to think
masonry
that
built
they can
building.
direct energy.
Even the
They
ones
don't
that
want
looked
you to
like
know that Mother
factory
Nature
buildings.
can fuck you up. They want to act like
but
they got the
I
power.
think
We're making
think
Mandela
they're
effect happen. We're doing this. Like, no, you're not doing any of this.
I think they are manipulating the weather though, using the
It's really
HOP
cold
array,
this year.
the HOP array and the Doppler radar. They use it as a weapon with the chemtrails and
They
everything else
admittedly can do that,
to
yeah.
direct energy, But I
Right.
don't know how long they've been doing it for.
I'm not saying that's true. A plane could go over and zap it too. That's true. It could do both or neither.
They got it. They've
Neither.
admitted it.
Had
They
a
do.
touch of architectural design that was added to them. So they weren't just basic brick buildings. They had some
Maybe
sort
it's a
of
catalyst.
facet to them that
Maybe
was
the dew
artistic.
is a
And I find that to
catalyst to
be
set off the other part.
fascinating because all of that was lost after this great fire. Basically, the city, even if the buildings were not destroyed, which a lot of them were, the city was rebuilt
Be right back.
from the ground
no
up.
problem.
And there was new designs, there was new
It's got like
types
3 or 4 minutes
of architecture that were being used. So the old world architecture would have to be replaced. Now, right off the bat, when we zoom in on this photograph, you can see that we have the cathedrals or the Antiquitech that is still standing in the
Yeah, you see that?
background.
You see that? There's the Antiquitech right there. You can see it. It's still there, you know?
That's interesting to me. Somehow the fire, it only goes on one side of the city where you don't see any of this Antiquitech or any of these devices from the old world. I also found it really interesting that this great fire, as we zoom in here, you can see that it reaches even these buildings in the back here. And it seems that the fire has somehow dug up part of the street, because you can see that the infrastructure of these buildings is being revealed. So somehow this fire even burned up the ground to the point that there is layers of earth being basically unearthed.
That that goes along with what Singeman was just saying, that it comes from the ground. Because he's saying that it dug up the ground. It looks like the fire dug up the ground, like it came through the ground. I've heard theories of the flood came from below, so I don't know. It's pretty interesting.
On all of these roadways, to the point that, you can see infrastructure of the buildings, even the ones that seem to be less affected. And in the background, you also see a bit of scaffolding, which I found to be really interesting as well. I almost can't explain that one away at all, because this photograph is said to be taken the day after the Great Fire. So unless that very day they decided to start rebuilding a building in the background, this means that the Great Fire somehow burnt through all of these buildings, but did not burn through wood scaffolding on a new building in the background. It's really
Wow. Yeah.
inconsistent.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense, right? So it burnt down all these buildings. It didn't burn the wood scaffolding. Yeah. Yeah. That's amazing. This guy's amazing. Whoever made this video, Jared Boosters, you did a good job.
With the idea that we have about fire and how fire moves and how fire works, it doesn't seem to explain how it could destroy stone and brick. Now, I've heard it 100 times. Basically, the infrastructure inside of the stone and the brick was wood, so that the buildings would burn inside before they would burn on the outside. That's all good and dandy, and you can believe that if you want, and I do believe that as well. If you have wood and it's on fire, it is going to burn. What I do not understand, and what doesn't make a lot of sense to me, is how the wood that is contained within these buildings can burn so hot that it will actually melt the brick to the point that the brick will shatter apart, and then this will lead that the brick is so hot that it'll begin to melt the next building. How does that make sense to you?
Brick melts at about 1080 degrees Celsius. I heard. I don't know. I never done it myself, but that's from what I've heard. So the fire must have been at least 1080 degrees Celsius.
I mean, does simple fire burn brick? Does simple fire burn stone? Does a wood piece on fire get hot enough to burn a brick? I do not know the answer to that, but a simple man would probably say no. And really, the main thing about this is when we zoom in on these actual buildings that were destroyed, one thing that stands out is that we see tunnelways that appear to lead from one building to another. We see these archways that are in the infrastructure of these burned buildings that are at the lowest level, that are leading not from the outside to the inside, or the street level to the building, but from one building to the next building. We see these underground sort of tunnelways. Now, these could have been at one point used for.
Wow. So there's underground tunnelways going from building to building. What we were just saying, what Singeman was just saying, how the buildings look so close together that you could just walk from building, like you don't have to leave them.
Or waterways or things like that. But what we do have indicated here is that the entirety of this city was somehow built at the same time or simultaneously, or when Old World Boston, Massachusetts was first built, it was built with these ideals in mind that it would be interconnected and interwoven.
Look at this one.
And for some reason, a great fire was able to destroy this idea in 1872. So I wanted to share that with you today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the thumbs up.
Amazing.
Please like and subscribe for more videos
right,
like
so
this.
that was,
and I will talk to you very soon.
I'll leave this up so we have something in the background for a little while because it looks cool. It's better than just, it's kind of cool. I like that background. It's a cool background. Actually, let's get out of this thing. Let's go back to my normal background. Let's go back to the studio. All right. I have to let it go on it. All right. I got to let it play out. It'll do it on its own, I guess.
On the next one.
All right. So that was Jared Boosters. If you guys don't know about him, check out his channel. Subscribe, whatever. I don't know. I just figured out today, popped into my feed because I do all this Boston research. The algorithm just gave it to me. So cool. All right. So we remove that from the stream. Okay, so we've been going for about an hour and 30 minutes. I'm gonna play a song real quick and take a quick break and figure out what I'm gonna do next. All right, we're gonna play a song. All right, let's see what I got here. Where is it? Did it disappear on me? Here we go. Is it Mud Fossil University newest video, Giant Dragons and Monsters? Oh my! I'll try to send it to myself. I'm gonna have to Gmail it. I'm gonna have to Gmail it to myself. But I got. I'll look for it. I think that might be it. I hope that's it. All right. Something bad.
I'm a dragon. I'm part dragon.
Well, I got something else real quick. Michelle just looked this shit up for me, so let's do this. This has to do with what we were just showing with the balloons, the hot air balloons. Share screen. We're going into the personal emails now. We're going into Michelle's personal email. All right, here we go. So, all right, here we go. File 17. All right, let's see what this says. Wiki file. This is Wikipedia shit. Can you guys see it? Am I sharing or am I not?
Purple.
All right, cool. Let's see.
Yes.
I don't see anything else though. Is it coming up? It's still spinning. All right, here we go. Here we go. We got something. Boom, baby. Look at this. Du globe. It's called the globe in French, right? Isn't that what it is? Killer premier des ohms. A proportions aérostatique et enlevé dans les airs. Yes. So what the fuck is this? What are we looking at here? A balloon. Look, they're standing in that little basket right there. That's luxury, dude. That's luxury, dude. That's fucking luxury shit. Let's see if I can get it bigger. See what happens if I press on that. Oh wow, here we go.
Of the. So do means of the
globe. What do they got? Like pictures of a sun here? Oh, let's see. I can zoom in on this. Oh, bingo! Here we go. Look at this. All right, let's look at it. Let's look at the whole thing. Figure exacte du globe.
The exact figure of the globe. What?
Oh wow, that's what it is, dude. That is what it is. Exact figure of the globe. What the fuck are they talking about?
The figure math,
All right, so let's start at the bottom then.
you
Let's
know,
see. We got
the exact
got the-
figure.
let's go over the whole
exact
fucking
math.
picture then. Okay, let's do this then. We're gonna do this. We got something good here. Thank you, Michelle. Michelle found this.
The exact
All right.
math of the globe is what
Look at
I
this. So these dudes are like, what is this
Exactly.
guy? He looks like a half.
I could be way off.
Yeah. This guy looks like he's like a half animal. You know, look at this. So we got
Measurements.
the
Figure. Oh, measurements. The exact measurements. Is that what they're saying? Let's see what figure is.
exact measurements of the globe. Maybe.
Let's see what figure.
Is that a phoenix? That looks like a phoenix, dude.
Figure.
Yeah,
what
that's
would
not
it be?
that's not an eagle. That's a phoenix.
Oh, etymology.
You
A
see the
figure.
eye and the way that the beak is shaped?
Just look at etymology of things.
That might be, I don't know. That might not even be a bird, dude. Bugging me out. All right. What do we got here?
In the
Lions.
sense is a distinctive shape. So figure, okay, numerical symbol, figure.
Look at this face
So
of the
basically what I
sun,
said,
dude.
it's either
This is
shape or
creepy.
numerical.
Look
Which
at this
is cool.
face of the sun, dude. That's a creepy ass face, dude. Who the fuck would? Maybe it's the guy's face. Let's see. Is it a woman? Is it two men? What's going on here? Is it a lion? Does this guy got a mane? Like, what the fuck is this?
Well, you know, wait,
That
son,
this, yeah.
that's the son of God. Probably.
All right. And what's this one? The moon. There's
Oh.
two of them.
He looks older.
He looks different, right? And then we got this thing in the middle here. That's some sort of symbol,
Oh,
right?
they're
Look,
brothers or partners.
maybe they're the ones who built this thing. All right, let's see what the roof looks like. It's got like a weird ass top. I don't even believe that this thing could fly. Love
Not very
proportion.
far.
Yeah, exactly.
Aerostatique.
Let's see what it says. La part supérieure étroit. That's étroit. Des flowers. All right, so that's flowers. Fleurs. A toit entouré of flowers. I took French for a little while, so I used to know all this, but I forgot it. Look, des zodiac. That probably means zodiac. Do zodiac right there. Signs of the 12 signs of the zodiac. That's what that is. The 12 signs of the zodiac. So this says flowers and the 12 signs of the zodiac. Of flowers and the 12 signs of the zodiac. So they were looking at the zodiac even back then, dude. Astrology and stuff. What else is this? So des soleils, that's the sun of the suns. Of the suns. It's plural. It's not soleil.
Aerostatic means it has no means of propulsion. It must be either tethered on a long cable or allowed to drift freely with the wind.
Entry malaise des soleils.
Very little control where you're going.
Of the suns.
Supposedly.
Look, perbe globe. Something about the globe right here.
Should be like, okay, the wind's blowing this way today. We can make it there. You go up. And
So you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm calling on this. Okay, I inspected it. It's a lie. This is a fucking lie. It's about the globe. Everything about the globe is a lie. Anything with the word globe in it is a fucking lie. So I don't know if I believe it. It's just a drawing. This is just a drawing. But
the shape. Okay, right. Exactly. Now look at a real one.
Yeah, we're
the
gonna
shape
get to
of
it.
that looks really like cartoony.
We're gonna get to it. Says we got Michelle sent me some good stuff here. Let's see what else I got here. All right. No subject. Let's see. This is iffy because this is no subject. This could be anything. She took a screenshot. All right, let's look at it. Translation: figure in exact portions of aerostatic globe, which was the first to carry men through the air. Oh, okay. So this was the first to carry men through the air, the aerostatic globe. Engineering data is provided in pre-revolutionary French units. Height of the globe, 70 paids. Weight of the globe, 16,000 livres. Diameter, 46 paied. Lifting capacity between 1,600 and 1,700 livres. Volume.
But
You know
we
what I
don't
mean?
know what those things are.
No,
You have to
I have
tell
no
us.
idea. It's all bullshit,
I
dude.
know.
That's what it is. It's
Well,
all bullshit.
yeah.
They're just making up a bunch of bullshit. Here's another one.
No,
Let's
those
see,
are
is
real
this the same-
measurements. It's
this is
just
the
the
same
way.
one.
It probably flew, but it just says they
Here
don't
we go.
have.
This is the good
They had
one.
to
I
be
think this is the
tethered
money
on
one.
a long cable or allowed to drift freely. Now
Here we
put
go.
it full screen for me.
I got something else here. List of early flying machines. Okay. Historic records. Here we go. The Zhuge Liang Kongming Lantern, first hot air balloon, 2nd or 3rd century. Okay. First parachute flight ended in injury. The Abbas liner or whatever, 1630. Oh, what happened? What happened? Is it cutting me off here? Advertisement. Advertisement. All right. It doesn't want me to get this information out. Single flight manned on the Ornithopter ended in the crash injury, 875, 852, 1010. Single flight of a manned glider. The Amler of, yeah, here we go. We should just look all these up, but I don't have time. All right. All right, I'm getting out of here. This page is messing me around too much now. It's busting my chops. This one. All right. Let's get all the information here, though. So, all right. So, wow, this is kind of cool, though. John Child, 1757. Unmanned flying device. Flew 700 meters 3 times over 2 days. Look at this. Unnamed flying device. A UFD. That's a UFD. An unnamed flying device. A UFD flew 700 miles 3 times over 2 days. Documentation suggests that he glided down along a 700-mile rope and landed where the rope was fixed to the ground. John Childs? First manned rocket flight.
No, wait. You just said
Look,
700 mile. Wait. You just said
yeah,
700
look,
mile rope.
1633.
There's no such thing as a 700 mile rope. There's not even such thing as a 1 mile long rope.
Look at the first manned rocket
700.
flight. The first, they had to throw that in there. First manned rocket flight, 1633. They're like, yep, men flew in rockets before. Like 100% in the year 33. All right, look, modern hot air balloon. This is too much for me. They had all this, so they were flying around for fucking centuries, dude. They've been flying around for fucking, look at this. They've been flying around, just flying around. Look at that shit. 1866, look. Steam engine powered 500, 1,000 mile flight ended in collision with a 3-story house. A 3-story house, according to the affidavit. So this is court paperwork now we're talking. Court paperwork. The fireman, Martin Devane, who was called to the scene. Oh, they're really going all out on this one. They're cementing this one in. Look, they're like, okay. They're like a steam engine powered 500,000 mile flight ended in a collision with a 3-story house. Oh, that's unbelievable. Well, according to the affidavit, 37 years later by Lewis, they made an affidavit 37 years later, and you're going to believe it? Self-described passenger, the fireman Martin Devane. Now they have a fucking witness here, a fucking crisis actor witness, Martin Devane, who was called to the scene. They had to call him to the scene to the accident. I believe I arrived immediately after it crashed into a brick building, a newly constructed apartment. So he wasn't there to witness it. They called him to the scene. Look at this. This is the witness. They called him to the scene. And yeah. All right, great. All right. Because that's what they do. Get rid of this shit. Get out of there.
Okay, I'm looking through, and it's just like so many of them. It's like 99% of the hot air balloons from the, well, because they didn't have photography, obviously, or drawings and cartoons. There's a few
Look at this.
from the 1800s when they
Literature,
started
myth,
photography.
or designs
But
only.
tell
Sick.
me, does this remind you of something when you see this?
What
What's
do you
this
got?
remind you of?
Hold on, I got it. I can't. I'll have to stop screen sharing. What
No,
do you
you
got?
can just no, you can just look
I'll
down on
open
my
the TV.
screen there.
What do you,
No, you
what
just
do
look
got
down
on the
here.
TV?
What's that remind you of? Are you looking at a different screen? I don't know.
The globe, the same thing we were just showing, right?
No, a rocket taking off. It looks
Oh,
reminds
wow.
me of NASA rocket.
Yeah,
See how it's
like
like on a platform and
yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
A lot of the pictures look just like that.
All right. Let me get down. Let me get to let me get this.
And then you go to
down
other
here.
real ones.
Yeah.
Here's a real one. And look at the that's a real one.
Yeah, let me get you. Let me put you full screen. Yeah, that one looks real to me. It's tiny though, compared to look at the size of the guy.
There's another. I know. It's just like they're trying to make it look like so big. There's a couple that are big ones.
Yeah,
like
they're trying
that
to
too.
make it look like it's a big deal, dude.
There is a big deal, but not. I mean, only in the drawing.
Yeah.
Now, in the real pictures, the best one I found. I mean, there are modern ones, but the best one I found closest to that old school look is.
Yeah, let me put you full screen again when you put it up.
Okay.
It works. It looks pretty good. People can still see what you're talking about. Gets the job done. We're not too fancy around here.
This one's a little bit bigger.
We're not too fancy around here.
But once again, it looks real. See the people side.
Oh yeah.
All dressed up nicely, by the way, and they're perfectly black. That one looks real. I mean, that is real.
Let me see if I sent myself that.
See,
that
it's like, okay, the other one had all this look going on previously. Yeah, I had that look with like a big chair, like a room you sit in that hangs underneath it. It's like crazy. Let's just sit in this room with no control and go into the air and hopefully, okay. And how much control do you have? Up and down. We can go up and down, not left
I'm
or
gonna
right.
try to bring it up. So I guess Mud Fossil University put up a dragon video that looks real. Let's see.
Oh, I forgot we were online.
Let's see if I can get it.
I was just talking to you.
You forgot we were. Yeah, that's what happens to me too. I don't know. You must got some.
I'm getting tired. I think that when that happens, I'm getting tired.
But we're gonna end soon anyway, dude. Let me just.
No, this one looks real. Yeah, this is what we're used to seeing. It's like seeing it.
Hold on 1 second. I got it.
That's what we're used to seeing right there. That looks.
All right. Let me see. This might be the video. I'm not really sure, but this looks like it's it. All right. This is someone was saying Badfish Bear was saying to put this on. Oh yeah. Let me
Still,
get you full screen.
why would you get in that thing? I mean, like I wouldn't get in that thing. What the hell? I mean, unless you're like tied to a cable, like they say.
I would never get in one of those. I'm afraid of heights. I would never get in one of those in a million years, dude. Look at that. Yeah, that's amazing. And look, it's like red, white, and blue and yellow. And what are the people doing? They're all just like, they're like, bravo, bravo. All right.
He's got a tricorner hat.
Get this up. So, oh yeah, let me.
He's taking pictures. There's taking selfies.
Let's see how this works tonight.
You know what? We never took selfies before. Now we do. We used to take pictures.
So this is Mud Fossil
and
University.
If we happen to take a picture, we would say, we're taking a picture of ourselves.
Is this it?
We
I don't
would
know, I can't-
complete the entire sentence. I am taking a picture of myself. Now they say, I'm snapping a selfie. Because they're dumbed down. They can't even complete an entire sentence to say, should I take a picture of myself? No, I'm going to take a snap a
Skip
selfie.
bad.
Dumb, da dum
What, they're gonna
dum.
flash a Gaia thing up on my fucking screen, you pieces of shit. Let's see if this
My niece came over. She was talking about wanting to travel around all these places. She could take a selfie of herself in front of the monuments and stuff.
tried
I
to
kept my
share
mouth
it.
shut.
I don't
And went,
I don't know if it's gonna work.
oh.
Yeah, the monuments. What monuments
I'm
you got?
learning to not say anything. Just go, oh, neat. You're stupid.
Okay, my good friends, it's time that we had this discussion. It is time, and it's going to be a little bit contentious, possibly.
Look at it, there's a duck head.
But I have been
He's already told us about that
for a
duck
very
head.
long time.
This is that guy with the
enjoy it.
pen, dude.
I
This guy has one of those
discovered
quill
mud fossils,
pens.
and I started Mud
Nice.
Fossil
I wonder if you
University.
can draw with it.
Alright.
Like I can.
10
Hold on,
years
hold on. I just want to see. I want to see
And,
the dragon, dude. Where's the dragon? Come on. Is there a dragon on here or what? Is this it?
I could be this.
I don't know if this is it. I don't know if this is it.
boom, and eventually
No.
it built up,
No,
and then it
I
scrolled
don't know.
around.
This ain't it, dude. There's supposedly a picture of a dragon. No. All right. This ain't the video.
A lot of delineation between the attacking stuff and the
No, this ain't the right video. Well, I tried Badfish Bear. Next time I'll have to you'll have to send me a link, a direct link to the video, man. I can't figure it out. That ain't it. But shout out to Mud Fossil University anyway. I was looking for a dragon. Someone told me there was a real dragon.
Where's
Someone can send it to
Duckhead?
me later. Oh, was that it? Was that it, Badfish Bear? Was that the video about the dragon? Was that the right one? All right, I'll get it back. I'll get it back. I didn't think that was it.
Stop trying to think.
That was it. I just
I'm
didn't
getting
see the
tired.
dragon.
Oi.
You're tired? You just
No.
said you're tired, Sid? You want to end the stream soon? I
No,
mean, I will.
no.
I
Always.
I don't know if I really want to sit through a 20-minute video. I think I am gonna end it because it's almost like 2 a.m, dude. You know, and I gotta get to bed too. So let me yeah, we did enough tonight, dude. I'm gonna get out of here. Let's get out of here, dude. Let me end this fucking thing.
Oh, okay. I don't want to make it.
Yeah. No, it's not that, dude. I'm fucking tired too, dude. I've been going all day, dude. I had a long ass day.
Oh yeah.
I want to eat, dude. Yeah, I want to eat and just chill. Well, I mean, we did everything. We showed the whole thing. We went over it. We went over to Boston. I don't know. I mean, I want to show Mud Fossil University's thing, but it's 20 minutes long. I don't really have 20 minutes to sit here right now. I gotta go. Maybe the next show we'll go over that. Maybe. I'm not sure, dude. Not sure what I'm gonna do. All right. So, is there anything else you want to say? Any last minute things, Singe, you want to go over? No, we're all done.
Probably, but I won't think of it till later. So, no, I guess not. I had something, but I forgot.
Yeah.
I'm
All right.
probably too
Well,
tired.
thanks for showing up, everybody. And remember, the earth is flat.
Yes, thank you.
Earth is flat, what you gonna do about it? The earth is flat, what you gonna do about it? The earth is flat, now what you gonna do about it? The earth is flat, now tell me what you think you're gonna do about it. Tell me what you think you're gonna do about it. Tell me what you think you're gonna do about it. Tell me what you think you're gonna do about it. Earth is flat. What you gonna do about it? I thought you knew about it. Would you rather do without it? The Earth's a center, the sun and moon moves around it like a clock. Can you hit a moving target with a rocket? I'm not hard to get along with. Just take a bong hit. Do you serve up any content? The stars are constant. You want a consolation for it? It makes me vomit. We never do get hit by comets. I know you want it. Just leave another Houston comet. NASA lost it. The Earth is flat. What you gonna do about it? Earth is flat, what you gonna do about it? The Earth is flat, what you do about it? The Earth is flat, what you gonna do about it? The Earth is flat, what you gonna do about it? The Earth is flat, what you gonna do about it? The Earth is flat, now tell me what you think you're gonna do about it. Tell me what you think you're gonna do about it. Tell me what you think you're gonna do about it. Tell me what you think you're gonna do about it. You know it's flat. And there is a bunch of us. The globies munching on a bunch of snuffleupagus. You think it's cute? Then why not cuddle up with us? We know it's flat. Why you making such a fuss? My supper was the fucking best sex just because the earth is flat. It hit me like an uppercut to the nuts. The earth is flat and there's nothing you can do. The earth is flat and there's nothing you can do. There's a Russian with the crew. Don't forget to brush after your food. Asteroids, and asteroids too. The earth is flat and there's nothing you can do. The earth is flat, there's nothing you can do about it. The earth is flat, there's nothing you can do about it. The earth is flat and there's nothing you can do about it. The earth is flat, there's nothing you can do about it. The earth is flat, there's nothing you can do about it. What you gonna do about it? The earth is flat. What you gonna do about it? The earth is flat. It's fucking flat. The earth is fucking flat. The earth is fucking flat. The earth is fucking flat.
Later.